Covering South Georgia, follow-up to a story we brought you last week. A group in Valdosta petitioning against the Confederate monument at the historic courthouse, and now also pushing to have more than 30 streets throughout the city and county renamed.
They say streets like Patterson, Ashley, Forest, and more are named after slave owners and KKK leaders. Amber Spradley has that story.
The street you see running behind me here, Forest Street in Valdosta, is just one of 36 the Valdosta protesters are pushing to have renamed. Street names like this one at the center of controversy.
We need to have a serious conversation with our communal leaders, from the county as well as the city. We also have to have a conversation about street names like Forest Street in town, which are named after, in this case, the first Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Dr. Michael Knoll is a co-founder of Coalition for Peace and Justice, and he's one out of a couple spearheading the street movement.
This is from a German perspective. If you would ask somebody in the family of Anne Frank to live on a street that is named after a well-known Nazi, you will not be able to breathe.
Our city engineering department is willing to sit down and hear anybody out, and that application is open to anybody that would want to petition a street to be renamed.
Valdosta spokeswoman Ashlyn Johnson says in order for the group to have a street renamed, they're tasked with getting a petition signed by at least 60% of property owners on the street.
I want KK out of it. That's me.
Valdosta resident Elnora Lynn has lived on Forest Street for about 50 years.
I'll be glad to sign.
That list of signatures then goes back to the city for a review.
There are costs associated with street renaming as far as taking down signs and replacing them, as well as advertising costs.
And finally, the city council will vote. Well, one of the Valdosta protest organizers and one behind this proposal, DJ Davis of Valdosta, says they've already been donated $1,000 in their efforts to have streets renamed. This one here, Forest Street, is going to cost just over $3,000. He says they're going to start knocking on doors next week to get signatures. Reporting in Valdosta, Amber Spradley, WCTV Eyewitness News.
This Valdosta protest group is set to meet with county leaders July 5th at 3 p.m. That's going to be held at McKee Park. We're going to have details.